Move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
Welcome back to the Caddyshack Minute. This is the podcast in which we watch and discuss and luxuriate and drag people behind us in the film Caddyshack 1 minute at a time. I am Tom Taylor. I'm here with Mike DeMaria. Hello, Mike.
Why do you keep saying luxuriate? You said that in another opening before.
Did I really?
What is what's luxuriating about?
I said it for a
this
different
scene or
minute
the
of
other
this.
scene in this movie. What is this, a spa?
No, some of these minutes are... Listen, in my head, we're still coming out of Ty Webb's house from like that black hole that we were in for weeks and weeks. So I am luxuriating in what I consider one of the best minutes of the movie. I'm just happy to be here.
I see.
Dan Lewis, are you happy to be here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy to be here, and that's all it. You could have said where we don't just stand there and we get some glue.
Yeah, that would have been good too.
Could have said that.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey, you want to run these intros by me before next?
I don't
next
even.
week?
I don't even run them by myself. They usually kind of just sort of come to me, and this time it was very clumsy, and I apologize to everybody.
You're the Charlie Parker of podcast intros.
Clearly. But listen, there's one
you
thing.
know what? He's like Charlie Parker without the heroin.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for that. One thing I
Parker,
do have
but less
written
cool.
down is the beginning and end of this minute. You want to hear what that happened? What goes on with that? This minute begins with Mrs. Smales saying "flying wasp," and it ends with a fisherman being dragged at high speeds behind the opening of the Caddyshack Minute. Because this, of course, is the minute that features what you've heard every single time when you start this podcast. It features Rodney. Oh, we'll get there, but you know what I'm saying. The music, the boat, the stuff.
Yep.
I love it.
In the immortal words of Al Chervick, "Move over, Swanson. I'm driving."
I'm driving.
Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go over there.
I love this. I want to go over there.
I want to go over there. He sounds like a
first of all-
5-year-old
Great
kid when
minute.
he says that.
Yeah. But first, we got to
It's
get
just over
through this
there.
whole. We got to get through Lacey again.
Yeah, it's almost like a microcosm of the Ty Webb stuff. It's like we got to get through this dumb Lacey stuff to get to the brilliant stuff.
Right.
But we do. But yeah, she's always going to make money either in the market or on a game show. And I'm like, is that supposed to be like does the audience laugh, or is she just being kind of goofy? I don't know.
Well, yeah, she's being goofy because he asked a follow-up question that she's not prepared for. So I think they're making a little bit fun of like new agey kind of psychic stuff there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because the follow-up question, she just names 2 random ways to make money.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe that's what they're doing there.
And it could also be the subtext of any dumb thing she says isn't going to matter because she's, sexily tracing her finger in his hand. Like, she doesn't need to come up with a good line. I mean, I wish she would.
And in the 80s, that's all you needed to do.
That's right.
And all you had to say in the 80s was, "How hot I can get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go for
Right.
it."
Go for it. Yeah.
Go for it.
I would like to think that I would be sort of weirded out and not quite turned on if a woman was just started licking my hand. The palm of my hand. I don't know if I'd be into that, would I? You guys know me sexually.
I don't want to talk about what you'd be into, Tom. It's downright disturbing and
Yeah.
disgusting.
I thought we were friends.
You're a goofy ass goon.
I thought we were co-hosts.
Hey, Mike, you know what he's testing right now? How nauseated he can get you.
Hey guys,
This is
are you into the hand licking?
Yeah.
That's terrible, licking that part of the hand. I mean, to me, it's just like you're asking for a cold or something, one of those summer colds, you know.
You know,
This is your
That's
na-
terrible.
this
Maybe
is-
that's what
this
bugs
is
me.
your This is your nausea line.
Right.
I'm about to vomit on it.
I don't know if I want anybody licking the. I have to tell you though, when I see somebody, it's I have such a like. If someone's ever like read my palm in the past or even pretended to,
Yeah.
I immediately am overtaken by this intense relaxation.
Oh.
Like it's like, it really is amazing. Like if you just like because the way that they like touch your hand. There's this like light touch on your hand, and then they sort of start like talking to you like softly about things, and I immediately enter this like this haze,
Oh,
and even seeing someone else do it will relax me.
wow.
And there's even some slight relaxation I get from this scene.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
See, 'cause
absolutely amazing. I noticed that this time.
I sort of get that late in my later years when I go to get a haircut. I will get a shampoo as well, and that's a very pleasant experience.
It
it's
is,
like-
Tom, and I don't remember because I haven't gotten a haircut in about like 20 years,
Yeah,
15 or 20 years.
Yeah, it's
But I will say
foregone
this, I even
conclusion.
get that.
Your golden tresses
Yeah.
down to your ass.
I even get this at the dentist.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very relaxing to me. The dentist, that nice chair.
Is it just like somebody, like another person who, like just human? I'm just so lonely for human contact.
Yeah, I'm
just
I'm
want
lonely
someone
for
to love
human
me.
contact, and I think, oh my God, she touched my teeth with
Yeah.
a drill. Yeah, right.
Oh, that guy put on rubber gloves and stabbed a needle into my arm and took some blood out of it.
Yeah. No, it's just there's something about being in a nice, comfortable chair, being treated in any way.
Yeah.
Is just like the greatest.
It's real nice.
All right, well, I'll give you a little advice then. If you like that, you said you like to watch it. Go to YouTube and put in Indian barber head massage,
Okay.
What?
and you'll be sad. I came across this a while ago. I was looking.
What were you searching
Yes.
for?
Take it easy now. It's YouTube. YouTube is clean. No, I think
Sure
I
it
was.
is.
I think I was because it was before I was going to Istanbul a couple years ago, and I was looking up because everybody's like, oh, you got to go get a Turkish shave because they
Oh,
give
wow.
you they give you a real clean straight razor, but then they take a flame to your ears
What?
to and to your to singe off the ear hair.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And they do it
Almost
like very
smell.
quick, and they do it like very quickly, and it's almost like just. But then I came across
Right.
the Indian barber from India, who gives these like very painful head massages.
Wow. Wait,
But yeah.
painful?
Wow.
Well, I mean,
So
because
Mike,
it's
you
really,
guys-
it's like a deep scalp massage,
Wow.
and he makes all these faces and does all these cosmic waves. With his hands. It's
Is it
fantastic.
World's Greatest Head Massage, the original? Is that
It could
is that
be.
the video?
Yeah, it's
Mike-
from like from
The
Pushkar.
original. Mike, homework assignment, Mike. I know that you've
Yeah.
done some homework for the show, as people will find out in future minutes as well.
Yeah.
But I want you to go up to Devon Street and get an Indian head massage for the
Yeah.
show, and I want you to report back and possibly even get video.
Okay. Well, why don't I just do
That
it?
was
I'm gonna be in India in probably in April.
Oh my God.
Even better.
You're right. I don't know why I thought of that. I just thought of Devon
Why
Street.
the hell
in
would I go to
Chicago, but
Devon Street?
Yeah.
I believe,
I forgot that you actually are a legitimate globetrotter.
yeah, it'll be my 10th time in India. I think I'll go there.
You've earned yourself
Right.
a head massage, a painful head massage now.
Yeah.
Your 10th visit.
But he pulls like cosmic energy out of the air with one hand while he's painfully
God.
massaging your scalp with the other.
Wow. That's nice of him.
That does
Baba.
sound nice. A nice painful head massage.
Baba
they have
Sen.
they have like sales where it's like twice as painful for regular price. Sometimes.
Oh my God.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
watch
Baba
Dan-
Sen. It's
oh.
Baba Sen from Pushkar.
Wow. I gotta look that up. Everyone,
Yeah.
go look that up. Stop the show right now and go find that.
We'll post it. We'll post it. Don't
But
worry. Keep
Dan, yeah,
listening.
I think the licking of the hand. I think actually part of what bugs me is that his hand is probably gross. Like his hand is like most hands are gross. We've talked about this before. People are covered in germs and they're gross.
Well, he's also coming from that house with 75,000 kids.
Yeah, his hand probably
Yeah.
tastes like broccoli, onion water, milk.
broccoli snot and onion water.
God.
12
Yeah.
dollops of onion water.
Hey. Good grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kids, don't let strangers lick your hand. Just
Yeah,
don't.
that's really weird.
Doesn't matter how hot they get you.
I know.
I don't want to
I
make fun
never
of her. She
fully
was in
understood
Tron.
this scene.
Stop saying that. Stop mentioning Tron every time you bring her up. It's
How
very
do I
annoying.
not mention Tron?
It's annoying. I've gone through my whole life without mentioning it.
Yeah, well,
It's
now
a
you're
prime
doing-
example, though, of Tom's uncanny ability to desexualize anything. He
Yeah.
brings it into a Todd. You take this gloriously beautiful woman, Lacey Underall, and move her into a Tron universe, and things just get. And then Tom gets all hot and bothered.
Well, I
see,
gotta say,
what
there's not one hand licking scene in that entire movie, Tron.
Well,
Not
That to
one.
its credit.
Yeah.
That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said about that movie.
Yeah.
Not half as much hand licking as I expected. The variety.
So then we cut from that, and might I say, to a very, very refreshing and brilliant scene. We get the shot of, this is a very interesting shot. The next shot after this, if I may,
Yeah.
it's the shot of what we're going to find out is Al Chervik holding a pair of binoculars,
Right.
and you get the line from Judge Smales to Spaulding: "Don't just stand there, get some glue," because they're going to glue the mast back on the Flying Wasp.
Yeah.
Well,
And
That's how you fix a boat.
what's
Yeah, which
interesting
is
is that
kind
like,
of-
he's
yeah.
looking through maybe I'm the only one this interest, but he's looking through the binoculars and you hear audio, which is a weird kind of thing. It's like I suddenly think like, why would we hear audio of something he's seeing from that far away?
Well, there's also a guy who has a golf club with a laser sight on it and stuff that Einstein gave him and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a feature of the binoculars that it's got
Well,
audio.
but yeah, that is a
magnifying.
good point. But I was just thinking like, it gets you thinking a little bit about film theory, which I will not bore you with overall. But I'll just say that like it had me asking that question. But then I realized that if you take the binocular part off of it, it's not like it makes any more sense that you'd hear them. Like you're still shooting it from a camera. Like why would we ever hear anybody? Why would there be a secret view into their lives floating around them? Do you know what I'm saying right now?
Not really,
Okay.
but I'm going to go with it. I got to be
Anyway.
honest. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not making any
if
sense.
if he takes the binocular the what am I trying to say here, the framing or the
Yeah, that's sort of yeah.
what's it called, stencil out of there.
Sure.
If you take that out of there and you just hear two people talking, it doesn't matter how far away the camera is. You won't question hearing them. But
Right,
once you
right.
put the binocular things on, it gives you the impression that someone from far away is watching, and therefore we shouldn't hear them.
Right. Okay.
But that could be said of any shot where the camera is sufficiently far away. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
We only question it due to this stenciling.
Yeah. Okay.
But to be fair to you, you didn't question it. Only I did.
right. So I know
That's
what you're
true.
talking
It's a
about.
stupid question
You're-
with no
yeah.
answer. It's because I went to college asking these questions for like 3 years for no reason,
Big
for
mistake.
no money, and in fact for quite a bit of money in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In short, don't go to film school. It's a complete
No.
waste of time.
It's kind of
Well,
fun.
any
This
school.
is just my long-winded way of showing you.
Yeah. But it is, I mean, the way Rodney is reintroduced to this movie, it's almost as if the movie was as bored with the Lacey business as we have been. And you get a quick thing of Smales through the thing. And it's kind of like a weird shot that you haven't seen in the movie before with the binoculars. Like, oh, that's cool. And oh my gosh, it's Rodney. He's so excited. It's just
And
Rodney's
he's watching
face
from far
on the
away
screen.
going, this movie needs my help.
I want to go over
I
there.
want to go over there. Yeah. I need to go over there.
It's my buddy.
And his eyes are bugging out of his head.
Oh, he's so
And
excited.
then he just rifles up that ladder.
It's like he's excited to be back in the movie, like we are.
Yeah.
We're excited
Yeah,
to see
It's
him.
really good.
And Swanson just has this deadpan look on his face,
Yeah, like as if he's not an actor.
and all
Yeah.
thrusters go.
Move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
I am
I
driving.
love it. Swanson.
Breep, 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 breep. Again,
Now,
I
there's a
think we
moment
should,
in this- since we've used this as the bumper for our show every week.
yeah,
There's a part that's so when the fisherman casts and the lure hooks onto the boat, there's like this little sound that sounds like a beer bottle like being set on the table. Now in the bumper, the
Yeah.
first time we used that bumper, it sounded like one of you two put your drink down on the table at that very moment. And I almost
Oh, in
said,
addition
we
to
got
that?
No, the sound
Oh,
of the
okay.
lure.
All right.
The sound of the lure, when you don't see it, you're just
Yeah.
listening to the bumper. The sound of the
right.
lure hooking on the boat.
Clink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you hear it, it sounds like one of you, while we're doing the show, put your beer bottle down. So then that happened the second time, and I go, wait, did they put their cup down again? So every week, every episode, it had this little dink of it sounded like I'm taking a drink and I'm putting the cup down.
That's funny.
Right.
No, that's
It is great.
Dan getting his lure stuck on the back of the podcast every week.
Right. Every time I cast, this happens.
It's embarrassing.
I love this whole thing. I love that he's like over there, It's just over there. And just to be clear, we're talking about how Al Chervik gets control of his own ship by moving his what I assume is his Captain Swanson over, and he's going to run amok in the harbor there.
Yeah, he suddenly thinks he knows how to drive a boat.
Florida Key or something, but yeah, and it's going to be great. And Swanson, by the way, is not listed in the cast and crew, which is very interesting to me.
Oh,
that
really?
You wouldn't have that character listed. Although there's a guy named Ted Swanson who plays a golf pro and is uncredited, but he's also the production manager of the film, Ted Swanson.
Wow.
And I wonder if
Well,
they
maybe
just
that's him.
went ahead and used maybe they just used him, and then he's not concerned with being credited, being a big shot production manager.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's happy. He's satisfied.
He's also the production manager and assistant director, known for working on Rocky and Witness.
Oh, get out of here. It's a weird resume. Caddyshack,
He
Rocky, and
passed
Witness.
in 2009.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Move over, Swanson.
Move over Swanson.
You all right, Mike?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Just checking.
All right, Mike, you got anything more excited to talk about?
No, I was just
given you
watching
the
a little
film
clip
theory.
of Baba the Cosmic Barber. And
Bob the
I was getting
Barber.
I was getting sleepy watching him massage people's heads.
Sure.
That's all right, Mike. Make yourself comfortable.
If you want to make yourself uncomfortable, you should watch the guy. You know, we're talking about the fisherman who gets his lure stuck. It looks like there's water just jetting hundreds of miles an hour up his nose. And that always makes me
I
very
can't-
anxious.
I can't even go in water without, in that direction,
Yeah.
without holding my nose,
Right.
because it will destroy me. So I don't understand who this stuntman is, and God bless
Yeah.
him.
When he gets pulled, his trajectory up when he gets pulled out of the boat is pretty astounding. Instead
It
of just
is.
going directly out into the water, he goes up and then out. And then at some point, you would just let go of the.
Yeah, you
You
think
would
you
just let go.
Yeah.
But he's just hanging on.
It's
like
funnier
he's
if he
hanging on
hangs
like
on.
he's
Got a
just
big
caught
one.
the white, like he's caught the white whale.
Yeah.
Right. Rodney is
Right.
the white whale. Seafood, by the way, is the name of his boat. Seafood. That's the name of his yacht.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't even know if it's funny,
Seafood.
but it's funny.
Oh, that's just good.
I'm deciding that it's
Of
funny
course
because it's the name of
funny.
Rodney's boat.
Yeah, but you don't get anything. We've discussed this in previous minutes,
But
including the
you
last
know,
minute.
I get a lot of stuff. I don't have to not get it to not
See,
appreciate it.
you know how I know this is shtick? I know this is shtick because I've spent a lot of time with Tom, and he gets things. He gets things all
sure.
the time. He never questions things until we got on this God blessed podcast because he thinks it's shticky and it gives him some sort of a personality if he decides to question everything. And
I'm the
I don't, all of a
annoying
sudden,
guy.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You turn the podcast off and he gets everything.
What's a Caddyshack? Well, no, maybe I just get everything because before I'm with you, I'm questioning things and I'm getting to the bottom of things, and then I
You
understand.
saying
stuff.
I don't question things? You saying
No,
I don't
no,
have
I'm
a critical
I'm
mind?
saying you don't
That I don't
witness
know how to
me
critical
questioning
think?
things.
How dare you? How dare
I'm
you?
saying you're a big
How dare
dummy.
you? Not
You're
a
a
big
big
You know
deal.
that
Neanderthal.
whole. Oh, here we go. The Chicago
What is that?
Sirens.
Chicago
live in
dinosaur.
Chicago.
You know
deal.
that whole saying about question everything, but it's like when you really try and do that, like Tom does, it gets a little tiresome. I don't think that's what that bumper sticker should say. I think it should just say question most things, but don't get out of
Yeah.
control.
Be reasonable about it. If you
Yeah.
know the answer, don't question
Question
it.
things within reason.
Yeah. Don't question
It
things
should just say,
around
you know
Mike.
what? You know what? Just vote liberal. That's what it should say.
Yeah. It should
Well, you
just
don't
say,
need to question everything. Just be
quit being an
liberal-minded.
asshole.
Enough of the yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be so don't walk around with a stick up your ass.
get your head on straight,
Yeah.
you dummy.
Get on straight and do what's right for the community, not just for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting a little political. You got me mad, Tom. Coming here
just-
questioning everything.
Borderline political. Everything you just said could just be considered, human.
Who's the guy? So he hits the gas, up goes the RPMs. Then you see these two people. One of them is
Drew Scott. That's the gas.
Yeah, we got Drew
Scott.
Scott in there.
Well, that's Gatsby, though.
Gatsby. Jeez, yeah, Gatsby.
I don't want to get into that again. Yeah, but yeah. it's one
Okay,
of those
fair
guys.
enough. Drew Scott will just be this catch-all, meaning those guys, that one guy.
Right.
It's
Right.
the Sha-na-na Scott.
But I think that's
Yeah.
him, the Sha-na-na guy, and he has his.
It is.
And he has his he has a hat on, and he's with the nice lady there, and they're carrying some sort of like weird beer steins, like plastic beer steins, which I don't really understand. Like, I don't know.
They're big.
You don't need to
They're
understand them, but it is a little weird that they're like they have these huge beer steins, and there's nothing in them because he. Oh no, there is something in them. It spills out beer. All right. Well, they fall over. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And this is where they have the great sound effects.
Yeah, because it goes whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Then there's somebody else that goes whoa, whoa, whoa.
You can often hear that in the opening of the Caddyshack Minute. You probably heard it just minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I noticed he cranks the I don't know, the throttle or whatever, and it looks like
the thrusters, so it fits in your world.
Yeah, thrusters. The main, the aft thrusters, impulse engines. But it looks like does the boat only go to like 30 miles per hour? Is that what that?
Well, on a boat, for a boat to go 30 miles an hour, Tom, is pretty damn fast.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
I think that's what they call knots, isn't it, or something?
Oh,
who knows? But 30 miles an hour.
I don't know what a knot is, but
I know where they got the term knots. I know why
White
they're
Bull's 30.
called
What are you
knots.
talking about?
I said 30 miles an hour on the lake is fast.
Yeah, it's pretty. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You have a boat-
RPMs though.
Oh no, you're right. That is RPMs. I just saw that. You're right.
Times 100. So that's
300
3,000
RPMs.
RPMs, which is like what, maybe second gear in my car.
Yeah, maybe.
In the Ranger.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I want to say they're going faster than
It's
30.
second gear in the Silver Bullet that I got, the Ford Ranger. Mike
Beautiful.
lost the keys once. That was
When did I
bizarre.
lose
Do you remember that, Mike? When you
No.
lost the keys to my truck?
No, how did I lose the keys to your
How
truck?
do you not remember this? Oh, you're going to remember it when I tell the story. All right,
All right,
gather
let's do-
round.
Gather around. Somebody else has a tail for once.
Hooray!
The good thing about having a truck that's a small two-seater like this is that whenever there's more than two people, you never have to drive. Because they go, oh, no, it's not big enough, I'll take my car. Well, that's good. The downside is that whenever anybody's moving, you always had to help them move.
Oh right, yeah.
And that's
You're
getting
doomed.
better these days because when people move now, they just hire a van and people a lot of times when you get to the older age brackets.
Well, they could have
into a
done. Oh,
different
you're
tax
saying
bracket.
it's not the year; it's the age group of the people you're dealing with.
Right, exactly. But
Okay.
anyway, sometimes people say, hey, I got to move a couch. You mind if I borrow your truck or you want to come with me? Something like that. So that always happens. Mike, you borrowed it for some reason. I think it was when you're moving out of that apartment and moving into your condo way over on the Irving Park there. But anyway, there's a small patch. I can't believe you don't remember this. There's a small patch of grass next to the apartment building in Chicago, maybe 3 feet by 5 feet, those little patches that are urban, those urban patches of grass.
Yeah.
And you dropped the key to the truck, which I'd given you, in that patch of grass, and inexplicably, we just could not find it. There was nowhere to look. It was like
Wait,
It
is
was
this
like-
the one
it
where you
was
had
like-
to go to the dealership, right?
it was like the Titanic sunk at the pond. In
you can't find it.
in the pond at Ty Webb's house, and you couldn't find it, right? Like it made no sense.
Yeah.
And you were just like, well, we
There's
got to go
probably
to
some
the
kid.
dealership.
There's probably some kid watching us eating an ice cream cone as we're tearing
Yeah.
apart the lawn, and he sees it, but he's not going to tell us
Right.
where it is.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't hear him eating the cone.
Because he's a bastard kid.
I hate that kid.
He's that same
You just-
kid that was eating that.
This just shows you. The
licking
next
that-
time
that-
Mike
that-
tells
that-
this story,
Yeah.
the next time
Yeah.
Mike tells this story, the kid with the ice cream cone is going to become a fact in the story. And
Yeah.
you see how these things get created in Mike's head. But listen,
You'll
this
see the
really
shirt that
happened.
he's wearing with the
it's
ice
the
cream
kid with
down
the
the
ring
front.
pop.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I called the dealership and I said, listen, I need a new key because for whatever reason, I had another key. It didn't work. And it was like the valet key could unlock the door, but it didn't work because they have to be programmed, these keys. There's some sort of computer chip in there that has to be programmed. But anyway, I called them and they said, all right, the key costs like $100 and whatever it is, and Mike had to pay for it. He could have just rented a truck at the price that, I don't remember, I think
my
you paid
God.
for it, Mike.
Yeah, I did.
And they said, and I worked on Saturdays back then, and they said, well, come on. Well, I made an appointment to go Saturday, and I said, well, I'm going to send the guy, my friend Mike, he's going to come get
The one
it.
who
And they said,
fucked
"No,
it
no,
all
no,
up is going to come take care of it.
Yeah, I trust him now to make
Yeah,
it
I
right.
said, yeah, right, exactly. I said, you don't have any small patches of grass near there, do you?
Cover
no,
them
but
up
then-
immediately.
It was like on a Saturday, and I said, I got to work, but my friend Mike is going to come. And they go, no, you have to be here. And I said, why? I'm telling you right now, he's going to be there. I'll give you my name, my number, whatever, you can call me. And they go, no, if we're giving you the key, we have to have the guy who owns you have to be there. And I was like, Jesus. And this was at a time where it was tough to take a day off. And I took a day off to do it. It was on a Saturday. We're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. All we had done is shown up and given him the name, right? We hadn't even, whatever. And then we were waiting and we're waiting. Finally, a guy comes out, and we both stand up, and he walks over to me, and he gives me this envelope with the key in it. And he goes, "Here you go." And I said, "Who's this for?" And the guy said, "This is for," and he looks at it and he goes, "Lewis." And I go, "Who's that?" And he goes, "Wait, is that not you?" And I go, "I don't know, is it?" And I just decided to turn into a gigantic asshole about this rule that they had where you had to be there. I was so pissed off about it. It made me so nuts. And then I took all my CDs outside and destroyed them with a baseball bat.
He made him check his ID, didn't you?
I did. I was like, "Don't you want to see my ID? Just to know that I'm the guy?" Because I was told that I had to be here, or, because Lewis was told he had to be here so that he could blah, 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 and he took a day off of work. So here's my ID. Yeah, it's Lewis. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's Lewis.
And the guy looks at me, and I said, don't look at me. I'm the asshole that lost the key.
Right, don't look at me. I lost it.
I am no help.
Yeah. My Saturday's shot, too.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
That's infuriating.
Yeah.
No, you are right to be an asshole in that situation.
Maybe, but then it's like later on you think about it and you're like, that's a guy who just works there. You know what I mean? It's not his rule. He doesn't give a shit. But it just bothered me. I hate stuff like that. It makes me nuts.
Who's that?
What's the point of
Lewis?
having a big important rule like this if you're not going to, you know what I mean?
And now I remember the patch of the grass, and I remember saying, "How the hell is it not here?"
It was amazing.
It's 5 foot
Mike,
by 7 foot.
We're
on our hands and knees combing through the grass. I go, "It's
every blade of grass."
That's
Kid's just eating his
hysterical.
ice cream cone, watching us.
Yeah.
It's like right. It was a wormhole there, and the key went through it, and it's in the woods in 1983 right now, right next to the porn.
Yeah, and I'll find it. The 1983 guy, me, will find it.
Yeah.
So
Say,
what's this
"Lewis,
key?
who's that?"
Oh, porn.
It's the key
You know
to
how
porn.
I know it's probably we're done with the minute or close to it is because I've just I have a muted Baba the Cosmic Barber going on right now as we talk. And I'm getting visually I'm watching that, but I'm talking through this.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, though. You'll
gotta-
watch it and you'll relax. There was times when I had back pain, and so see, this is another side of me. When I would have my excruciating back pain, I would go on YouTube and watch people hang upside down. Because there's videos for everything. I would watch people on those gravity tables, hanging upside down, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is great. And it would make my back feel better. It was like watching porn, but it was just watching people hang upside down or hanging upside down in a jungle gym, and I'm like, "Oh my God, their spine is opening up. The vital fluids are getting into their spine. They're healing themselves." And I'm sitting here all crippled and painful.
Yeah,
Next time you have a headache, put on Babu the Cosmic Barber and watch him massage people's heads, and your headache will go.
So you'll be able to find this kind of thing in India?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah,
All right.
I'll be the
Mike,
man on the ground.
If you find this kind of head massage and get the video of it, it'll be worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you guys ever had acupuncture?
No.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of great. I did that for my back for a while, and it was kind of great. I don't know if I like the acupuncture or if I just like the massage afterwards. The guy would do like this really excellent massage afterwards. But I think the acupuncture itself was trying to they were like electrified. They were.
Oh yeah.
He was like trying to get into like my lower back and stuff. Because I had back trouble too. I still do, but it was.
Did they actually send the current through there?
Yeah. Like each one had like a little, like alligator clips on the end of it going to something.
God.
It was very, very low, energy, like
Right.
little pulse going into it and stuff.
They put bolts in your neck.
They
Also.
put bolts in my neck. They raised me up
Right.
to the ceiling during a thunderstorm. And there's a big bolt of lightning. it was.
We have ways to make you
transcendent.
talk.
Yeah,
Abby normal.
Abby normal.
It's Abby someone.
Abby someone. Oh wow, I never had that one, but I had it where it was like, and this happens again. Anytime you give me any kind of like reason to just lay there, I immediately become extremely restful and fall asleep. So I don't know if I was just enjoying the naps I got out of it or what.
Oh, sure.
You know,
That's
this
nice.
this happens. You know, this happens to me where I immediately fall asleep. So. Hey, I like when he gets a good line in there too. I mean, we get back to the Rodney. What's funny about this is that like he gives a one-liner, but he says, "I want to go over there with my friend," and then he takes that opportunity to like slam him as he's driving by,
Right.
and he uses a megaphone to do a Rodney joke, like 'cause he's not close enough to do the joke.
Yeah.
So he
My
pulls up the
dinghy's bigger than
microphone
your
and
boat.
says, "My dinghy's bigger than your whole boat." A classic Rodney joke.
That is awesome. And we should. I
Like,
think
why-
we've said this before, but like this music is somehow impossible to obtain. Like in a record, like it's not on the soundtrack to the movie.
Yeah.
It's not digitally anywhere. It's frustrating.
Right.
Because it's
We
really
were planning
good.
this
It's-
whole
it's
stupid
fun.
thing. We couldn't find it, and we had
Yeah,
to
so
take
like,
it from the movie. Yeah.
If we're gonna get sued for using the song, we'll just get sued for using the clip from the movie.
See?
Whatever, Shay. Yeah. What do you gotta do, Shay? This clip fell off a truck.
Right. It was either risk getting sued or wait another 95 years until the music became public domain so we could use it.
I think we made the right decision. I hope.
Yeah. Which reminds me, stay tuned for my next one, the Great Train Robbery podcast minute. We'll be going through that minute by minute.
I think we're done already.
Okay. Mike? Oh, I thought he was asleep. I was
Oh, that would have been great.
No, I don't do that
That would've
again.
been so
One
good.
time. I didn't have my hot chocolate.
It's the hot chocolate.
Almond milk.
The almond milk.
No, it puts me in a
We
in
got
a
these
mood.
slippers from Tora, Romania.
Timisoara.
I know, but that's not what you
Sheep's wool.
say in the thing.
I was half asleep.
That's not what you say. You go.
It's like Gary Delabate with his orange juice.
Chopping shrimp. I was curious about the whole christening thing. So I did a little bit of looking up on that, and you know, it wasn't always champagne, and it's not always. It only like later became a thing where it was like women would be the one who would traditionally christen. That only came into vogue a little later. So it's like it's gone through its own like sort of phases where, you know, certain cultures would use brandy, other ones would use this or that, the other thing. And champagne only became popular at the end of the 1800s there for christening. And the granddaughter of Secretary of the Navy Benjamin F. Tracy christened the bow of the Maine, which you know, I guess with champagne, so that maybe it's bad luck.
What, to use champagne?
Well, I don't know. The Maine got it, you know, and I think the
Yeah.
Maine, if you remember, the Maine was sunk shortly thereafter.
Yeah, but most people use champagne though, don't
Tell
they?
you what, you're sinking this minute.
Oh, really?
You're sinking this minute
Oh.
with your God blessed christening stories. I mean, come on
Sorry.
now.
I just wanted to give a little background on the christening thing. I didn't know how it worked, and I don't know what you're supposed to do if the ship breaks instead of the
Yeah.
I
mean,
the
that
champagne.
You
seems
know
like
what you
bad
do?
luck.
You go get some glue.
Yeah.
Right. Don't
If you
just
have the
stand there.
chance.
I know that.
You don't just stand there.
Yeah, there's a
You know,
madman with a
you
yacht
know,
coming by. Get some glue while we're still young.
All right, I don't have anything else to say, and if you've got some sort of very interesting thing to say, then go ahead and say it. Otherwise,
Who, me?
you know,
I don't have
Not
anything
you.
interesting to say. When have I had something interesting?
not
to
you,
say?
dum dum. I'm talking to Mike.
Well, look, we don't have to force ourselves to say interesting things. We could just end the episode.
Let's
No,
see,
we
I
don't.
go through the roll.
But
I go
I'm
through the
saying if he's going
Rolodex.
to criticize, then he's got to have his own things to say. He can't just
Play
he
us
can't
out?
Just criticize.
I used
Play
to go
us out.
to
There's no words on it.
I used to go to boat shows as a kid. Remember the boat shows?
Yeah,
Sure,
you
it's
went to boat shows?
Aaron whatever
my-
show, Aaron Waters
No,
show.
no. They were
Guess
like
you
they
grew
were
up
like
near all those lakes.
no. In Michigan, you would go to they would have them like at the Armory or the State Fairgrounds. Would have like the 1984 boat show, and you'd go and you just look at all the different watercraft boats and whatnot. And my dad would always lie to me. He would always say, "Son, we're getting ourselves a boat. Let's go to the boat show." So we'd go. And we'd look at all these like cabin grizzly. He'd be like, "I like this one. I think we should get this boat." I'm like, we're getting a boat, Dad? He's like, yeah, we're going to get a boat.
That's great, Dad.
Oh my god.
I'm so
We
happy.
never got a goddamn boat. He would tell me every year, we're going to get that boat this year. Let's go to the boat show.
Right.
And we'd sit in all these cabin cruises. He'd say, you like sitting in this boat? I love sitting in this boat, Dad.
I'm so excited,
How about,
Dad.
how about we go sit in that boat over there? Maybe we'll get that boat, son.
And he fooled you every year with this?
No, I eventually understood that we're not getting a goddamn boat. We're just going to go to the boat show.
Oh my god.
I think it was
I
his
just
way
like
of
the
sa-
idea of like. I like the idea of you getting sold on this every year, like like Lucy pulling the football out from Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Except Lucy's your
Go
dad.
ahead, sorry.
And
No,
the
I know,
football's
yeah.
a boat.
But he would say, he goes, you know when you get a car, when you're young, you go and you get all the flyers from the different of all the cars that you want, and you stare at the flyers or the
Yeah.
like the books. He had all this big stack of all the all the boats. So I'd sit there at home and look through all the boats. You know?
Oh, before the show even?
No. He would always, even after the boat show, we'd go.
Yeah.
We'd go to a boat store, place where they sell boats.
Wow.
He'd say, "Tell me a little about this boat." And I say, "Well, it's got."
Yeah.
He's sitting there telling him all the boat. They give him the boat catalog. That's the word I was looking for. Like it shows the models,
Yeah.
the models of the boat, the different colors you get in. And you take it home. And then you'd sit there and
Wow.
stack up, and you'd sit there and say, "Oh, I can't remember. I could tell you the names of all the boats. I can't remember them now." But they had the top of the
hurts too
line, which was
much.
like the Cadillac, and then they'd have the more affordable boats.
Wow.
I'd say, "We're going to get that boat right there," and I'm like, "That one right there." He's like, "That one right there." We go on there. I said, "Let's go inside that boat, Dad, since we're going to get it." He said, "Yep, step aboard your boat, son. We're going to have this boat before the day's done."
Do you think in
my
any part of
goodness.
his head, in his mind, did he think like, "Oh, I just need to buy a boat. I want to buy a boat." Like,
Oh, yeah.
was
there's
any
no
part of
doubt he
that
wanted
serious
buy
to
a
him?
boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But he knew it
He's
wasn't going to
never
happen.
pulled the trigger.
And there was
Yeah.
another one. See, my mom did this to me too. They both did this to me. God damn it! Now we're extending the minute. I need some
Apparently,
therapy.
okay. I'm sitting back down.
Well, in the house, I was like, "We're gonna get a swimming pool in the back." I said, "A swimming pool, Ma?" She said, "A swimming pool, son. We're gonna have the best goddamn swimming pool in the neighborhood."
That sounds
I go, "There's
great.
no swimming pools in the neighborhood." She said, "That's right, son. We're gonna have the only swimming pool in the neighborhood." She went in so far as to have somebody design the pool. So there was plans. There was like the blueprints for the pool.
Man.
So there was blueprints of the pool. It was in this tube, like the cardboard tube. Inside there
sure.
was like a blueprint for what the pool would look like, and then like an artist's rendition of the pool, pencil drawing. So every day I'd come running home, put my steakums in the microwave, run upstairs and stand on like the step ladder, grab the tube from my mom's closet, open it up and spread it out on the table, and stare at the pool that I never had.
Oh my god.
And then, to make matters worse, then a couple years later, we got a goddamn pool, but it was an above-ground pool from Sears.
Uh-oh.
And instead
That's
of
not the
paying
same.
the extra, $100 to have them come install it, my dad put it up. Which
Yeah,
means
boy.
it only lasted about 3 or 4 weeks, and the thing fell over.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Now, when you were mooning over these and like going into your mom's closet, were you still thinking that this was coming, that this was coming down the pike,
Oh,
this
yeah,
was just
yeah.
over the horizon?
Yeah,
Or
and
was
she
it
was.
like-
She said, "Next summer we're going to get it." And I
Wow.
remember even the people came out to walk it out. They would say, "Oh, this is where it'll be. This will be that."
Wow.
And then I think what it was, it's because we had a septic field in the back and they couldn't put it in.
Oh, really?
Maybe that's what it was. But
Well, see,
it was
To say that your mother lied to you about the pool, that's,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it
that's
sounds
true.
like they might have had plans, like legitimate plans. Like maybe she thought it was true at the time.
Yeah,
God,
but they
you're
knew
mean.
about the septic field a long time ago. And all they had to do was
Yeah.
move it to the other side of the thing. And
Yeah.
then she was throwing around the idea of like, "Oh, what if because we're right near the main street, what if somebody walking by decides to jump in and dies? Then we're sued."
Common sense
Well, I mean,
intervenes.
it sounds like a lot of empty promises, really, and
So I'd lay
No, this happens when they're-
I'd lay that rendition out on the table. I'd be munching on my steakums. And I would be sitting there and saying, I'll be over here in the pool, and all my friends will be on this side of the pool. I'll have all the friends in the neighborhood then.
But I'll still have all the
boy.
steakums.
Yeah,
I don't have to share the
all the
steakums.
friends will come over and swim every Monday, every
thought
Tuesday, every Wednesday,
Everything
every
was coming up, Mike.
Thursday, every
Yeah.
Friday, every Saturday, and every Sunday.
I never even entertained the idea of having a pool.
It's better to.
there was
You're
none of
better
that.
off that way. Don't entertain anything.
Yeah.
Don't ever
Yeah.
don't ever entertain something that could, yeah, it's not worth it.
Right.
Why hope?
See the grown up me, who's kind of socially conscious, says I shouldn't even been worried about having a pool. What was I doing worrying about having a pool?
Well, you
I
were
was
a
surrounded
kid.
by lakes. I was surrounded by public pools. I didn't need a pool. What was I so worried about a pool for? People are starving. People need clothes. People need this and that and the other thing. What the hell am I worried about having a pool? Then I get mad at myself for wanting a pool. I shouldn't have wanted a pool.
Well, but it really would have made you wildly popular.
Yeah, and nothing is
think.
more important than that, than being wildly
That's
popular.
true. This is true.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to agree with your 8-year-old self here on this one.
As he's munching.
It would have
on
been great. And think of the
steak.
connections you would have made, You would have made personal connections that lasted into high school and past, and it probably would have a lot better job because it's an old boys club, and I'm sorry to say it, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had the right connections, you could have a totally different life right now.
Wait
had
a
you
minute.
gotten
You're the
that
kid
pool.
with that. You're the guy that. You're the kid that used to have that pool, right?
The only
You're
pool
just the
in
kind
town.
of person I'm looking for this job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sit
Mike would be a
down,
total.
Di Maria. Where do I know that name from?
Oh, that's right, the pool.
Mike, you could have been a
the
total
pool
asshole
guy.
by now. You could have been a total
Right.
asshole captain of industry.
The best is when the Simpsons get really popular because they have a pool and everybody starts coming over and this exact thing plays out. And then, but Bart breaks his leg and he asks everybody to sign his cast. And
has to
nobody
watch it-
will
he
because
has
they
to
want
watch
to
it
run to the
from the
pool.
window. Yeah.
Except for Millhouse agrees to sign it. And he looks down. He just wrote Mill Pool and like a line going off toward the pool.
As he's right.
It's the
Oh
best.
man.
But there is
Yeah.
nothing sadder than sitting in a boat with your dad when he's telling you he's going to buy the
Oh,
boat.
that hurts.
Yeah.
It's like
On
enjoy
dry
the
land.
boat. This is the exact boat for us, son.
Oh,
Gosh.
We're
Yeah,
going
like,
to fish
don't-
off that end.
Oh man.
We're gonna cook the food on this end.
See, don't have that all figured out and nailed down before you ever mention it to your kid.
yeah.
Like I don't
You
even.
got to
you
have
know,
it all ready to go.
Yeah. Ugh.
Matter of fact,
Or
you do
maybe-
it the other way. You say, "Well, too bad we're not rich enough to have a. Too
Yeah.
bad we'll
Yeah.
never had a boat, but at least we can look, right, son?
Right.
Yeah,
I
so
love
let's
you,
get in
son.
there and look at
and
it.
then you
Yeah.
go home and there's a boat with a big red bow on it waiting for you on the thing.
I was just fooling with you. I'm rich.
Kid,
That's how
I was
much
just
I love
messing with
you. Yeah.
We're rich, guy.
Yeah.
We're rich, kid. We can Get anything we want.
Right.
He did build me. I'll tell you what. He did build me a pitcher's mound in the backyard.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
We brought a load of dirt.
That's almost as nice as a boat, just a mound of dirt like that.
Yeah, pitcher's mound. Put the rubber on there, patted it down.
Ah,
Put a plate 60 foot 6 inches away.
So
was
let's
nobody-
face it, you weren't gonna race in America's Cup, so that was something that could have made him some money, making a pitcher out of you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I need to go drink something now. I think.
I think Mike needs a moment. I think we all need a moment.
Yeah.
We all need to
Need a
go buy
little
our
alcohol and a
everybody
few uppers.
go buy your kid a pool or a boat immediately. Make everything
Yeah.
right.
Boat would be good for you.
Boat will be good for
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
That's it for 57. It started off joyous and then ended cripplingly sad.
Yeah.
It did with a
Kind of
Michael
a down
story.
note.
Ended with a Mike story. That's what you get for asking for a Mike story. Nah, come
Yeah.
on. The nation is
I
here
haven't
for you,
even.
Mike.
Hey, you know what? I haven't even got. I told you about the boat shows, right? I didn't tell you about the gun shows he used to take me to.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Can't
we'll
wait
save
for
those
Write that
another
down.
minute.
Yeah.
Write
Yeah.
that down.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
gun
got
show.
stories about that too.
My
I've got
God.
stories
Yeah,
about
that-
that too.
You guys are from Michigan.
I know you used to go. That was a thing to do in our area, in Detroit
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, you go to a gun show.
Go.
Ridiculous.
Here's
yeah.
a gun. Here's another gun. This is a
Right.
gun.
Yeah.
Over here's a gun.
Let's hope you're not too maladjusted, son. Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
Woohoo. Could be
whoa.
wacky. Okay,
All right.
fine.
Okay, fine. I'm going to try to end this thing. I'm just going to keep saying
it.
all right. All right.
just say you're gonna do
the
it,
end.
do
We're
it.
done.
Wow.
I got to go to bed.
Yeah,
Minute
we'll do it
57.
live.
It's in the books. Come back next time for 58 of Caddyshack here
Yeah,
on the Caddyshack Minute.
it'll make you shit.
Hey, you scratched my ankle.